Hello, dear channel members. As it was requested by one of you, by Reckless, today I'm gonna do a channel update, what's happening, and I'm gonna do some barbecuing with this old school barbecuing thing. It's very thick metal, does the job. Not the most modern thing, I guess, but like I said, does the job quite well. So I'm gonna do some barbecuing, talk about some I don't know, gaming. I'm gonna talk about what inspires me when doing gaming. So first I need to set this whole thing up, make it, start burning, and who knows, maybe this video will even end up in not only channel members feeds, but maybe everyone's feed, because I think if I touch very specific topics that can affect more than just channel members, I might make this public at some point, but for a while it's gonna be only channel member video. So I'm gonna use some what is this? This is like coal, not the best kind though. I prefer the round ones, they burn better. I'm gonna put some branches, they burn well, and paper, some matches. So let me set this whole thing up and we'll go from there. Okay, trigger warning, I'm not a professional barbecue maker, I'm not a cook, I'm not a fire maker, I wasn't never a scout, so people have different techniques. I kind of put everything in there, all kinds of things. I put some coal at the bottom, paper, branches, they burn well, like I said, a couple of bigger pieces of wood. Sometimes I put them, sometimes I don't. It really depends on the how good the air is, and today it's bright but it's fairly windy, so that means I won't need to put too much work into keeping the fire going. So yeah, let's move on to the next phase where it's all burning, and then maybe I'll have a moment to talk about gaming and life in general. It is said that there's two things in life that a human can watch endlessly. One is running water, and the other one is burning fire. So I don't know what it is about watching a fire, but it's very calming. The smell is very nice too. I mean, I don't put any liquids like some people do, like they pour all these wooden pieces with liquid that burns a little bit longer. I don't put any petrol like I've actually seen people do that, which is crazy. Basically everything here is just paper, branches of the tree I cut myself, bigger logs of the tree that my father-in-law cut of his own trees, and some coal that I bought at the supermarket. And well, actually there was this one thing, I don't know what it's called. This is probably the one thing that is not natural. These are little small pieces. It says ecologic here in Polish, but these little pieces are the only thing that actually, I think they've been soaked in some kind of a liquid that makes them, these are like little fuel cells, very tiny. They look like they're made of paper. I wish I actually didn't start filming before I use them. So they keep the fire going a little bit longer for it to actually start burning. So it could be, but I didn't put many. I put only like 3 or 4 tablets, and they're tiny. But yeah, it works as long as there's wind. If there's no wind, you have to blow quite a bit. Blow as in with your mouth and not in a inappropriate way. But yeah, the fire is burning. I could probably watch it forever. But I really want to say thank you guys. Reckless, Gabe, you guys are, well, you've been channel members for a very long time. So yeah, sorry for not doing these updates more often. And thank you for the recommendation, Reckless, to do this, like a little update of the channel. And I thought, when Reckless told me or suggested that I should do a video like this, a barbecue video, to update what's happening, because last video I think I made in winter, and that was when we had snow, so that's quite some time ago. And when he told me, hey, you should do a barbecue video, I thought, like I've done it before, where I filmed it, well, not filmed it, where I barbecued something on my own, and it wasn't as fun because I was just on my own. I wasn't talking to anybody, I wasn't socializing, and this is pretty much what I like to do when I'm barbecuing stuff. I always have someone over, and we talk over a beer or two, and while we barbecue, and it's the best time you have. But now I thought, wait, why would I do it by myself? But then I thought, wait, this is just like gaming. I don't really do gaming on my own solo anymore because I just don't enjoy it as much. But this is why I stream, this is why I make videos, because when I do them, I know that somebody probably or most definitely is watching, and it doesn't feel like I'm doing it alone. So this is exactly the same thing. I'm gonna barbecue and I'm gonna talk to you guys, even though you're not here, you're not responding to me directly. It feels nice. It gives me a little bit of a purpose, a little bit of a goal, like I'm not just sitting here aimlessly, which is, to be honest, it's still nice to sit here by yourself and just watch the fire and barbecue the meat. But it's not as fun as when you do it with people. But now that Reckless told me to just do it for them, for the channel members, I thought that's a great idea. I mean, this gives me a goal. This gives me some kind of a socialization, even though, well, to be fair, you cannot say that, nowadays internet, social media replaces socialization, I can't even say that word. Socializing, you're not socializing if you're doing it online. It's not the same as doing it, person in person, when you do it together, live, in real time. But it's, it gives you a little bit of a, it feels a little bit similar in a way. I mean, I'm not gonna do this every day or every week or every month or every year. Well, maybe every year, who knows, we'll see. But yeah, it still gives me that feeling that, I'm not doing this alone. I'm doing it with you guys, whoever might be watching. And like I said, it is exactly like gaming. I don't enjoy solo games like I used to. I cannot just hop on a game, play the game for 2, 3, even 10 hours like I used to when I was a teenager, when I was a young adult. That's not a thing anymore. Like, I get bored in probably 20, 15 minutes usually, and even more usually, I don't even bother. Like, I think, should I play something? And then I think in my mind, nah, I'm gonna get bored of it. I'm not gonna like it as much. So I always drop that thought. And this is why I've been doing streaming. I've been doing videos, even though, I wouldn't say I'm successful. I wouldn't say I'm making a living or even a dent in my income in any way by doing these videos. But it still makes me invested in the hobby, in gaming in general. And someone actually told me, what if you make these videos and then years later, if internet is still around, if YouTube is still around, if videos are still around, what if my kids, what if my grandkids want to check it out? What if they want to know what it was like, what I was like, what if they didn't get the chance to get to know me too well? So that's going to give them a little bit of a insight of what it was, what I was, even though, in games, I don't really talk about personal life too much. I try not to involve my personal things. Not that I'm afraid of doxing or, I don't know, fans who are a little bit too crazy. I don't think I have a risk of that happening ever, but you never know, better be safe than sorry. So that's why I don't try to do it too much. I don't try to talk about personal things too much, but still, I do talk about things. I don't just talk about games. Depends on the game, of course. Some games are a little bit more involving than others. And you get a little bit of personal insight of what it is, what I am. And I thought, what if, one day someone watches this and they'll know what it was, what I was. What if I become famous? What if I invent rocket fuel that brings us to Mars? Okay, that's probably not gonna happen, but you never know, right? And if that happens, future generations will watch these videos and they're gonna be studying, thinking, oh man, what this person was, what were they like, what did they do? And this is what I do. Well, honestly, like I said, I'm not a professional cook. I do this maybe 3-4 times a year during summer when we have guests over. So I wouldn't say I perfected this art by any means, but it's relaxing. I really enjoy it whenever I get the chance to do it. I don't get to do it much. I would love to do it more often, but we actually had 2 weekends in a row where we barbecued, and we had so much meat that we were eating barbecued meat for 2 weeks straight. And to be honest, it's very delicious, but it gets boring after 2 weeks. You really don't want to eat it anymore. Plus, it's not probably the best thing for your stomach too, because it's it's still a cooked meat, with additives and conservatives, whatever it's not like I'm doing, it's not like I am marinating the meat myself. And even if I would still be buying, spice and other things from probably artificially made stuff to some degree. It's you can be careful, you can avoid these things, but it costs not only extra money but also extra time, because you need to do quite some research. So I'm not that type of a person to really do it. I'm not a vegan, or I wouldn't say I'm the healthiest person in the world, that's for sure. But I think it's still fairly good. But still, even eating that for 2 weeks, it gets boring, it gets tiresome. But now I think it's been 2-3 weeks probably, because we didn't really have a good weather for all this time, and it's the end of the June, which usually is very hot, or at least very warm. But now we are walking around with sweaters and jackets, because it's almost every day it's windy. Today is actually not too bad. Today we don't even have any clouds, so very nice. And well, there's a little bit of a breeze. It was a little bit more windy in the daytime. It's getting late. It's like 7 p.m. already, but it's not too bad. And a little bit of a wind, like I said, helps to keep the fire going. I don't need to blow through these little holes here by myself, which, it takes your breath away, literally. So I don't know, this is nice, and I hope you guys enjoy this a little bit to some degree. Maybe maybe you are cooking yourself, maybe you're eating something, although I haven't even started cooking. It's just the preparation. I'm waiting for the coal to settle, for the fire to settle down a little bit, because if I put the meat on right now, it burned to crisp. So I need for the fire to go down a little bit, and the coal, the big coal pieces and the burnt wood pieces will generate heat without actual fire. Although shashlik, the meat itself, is gonna drip some fat on the hot coal, and it will spark some fires here and there. It will be okay, as long as it doesn't burn like this, like an open fire. Will be okay. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. Like, I think I touched the main topic of life in general, of what I expect from this channel, and how I view gaming in general, why I do it on video and while I stream, and why I'm doing this barbecue video too. And who knows, maybe you guys will like it, maybe I'll do it again, maybe even this summer. Who knows? It really depends. But this is not the type of video for me to show you, to teach you how to cook meat properly, how to make it good, because the marinated meat that I will show you soon actually usually tends to be very good. It's bought from the store, supermarket, and it's honestly, it's sometimes better than something that someone prepared by themselves, because sometimes people marinate meat for too short. They don't marinate it for long enough, and it doesn't actually have that flavor soaked into the meat. Or maybe the store just puts more flavor additives, and that's why it tastes so good. I don't know. But I think I'm gonna cut to the part where I show you the meat, what kind of meat I bought first, and then how it's basically put on these little, I'm not even sure what they're called. You'll see what they are, and how I put it over this fire when it settles down. But look at this beautiful sight. I really love this. It really smells nice. It's gonna smell even nicer once I put the meat on. And but I like this view. It's very hot though. My phone is feeling the heat a little bit, so I can't do this for too long. I don't want to burn my phone, even though I'm standing quite far away from it. I can still feel the heat. It's quite intense, but it just looks nice, smells nice. And once I put the meat on, once I open that cold one, it's gonna be the best, because I'm fairly hungry, plus a little bit of alcohol and good weather. The heat, it just does it. One day, someday, I'm gonna do it in the nature, not in my yard. That's how I used to, well, not how I used to do, how my family used to do it back in the day when I was younger, when we didn't have a house. No one in our family had their personal yard to do this, so I can enjoy that now. But back in the day, we'd just go to the river bank and we'd barbecue, stuff like this. So it reminds me of the good old days a little bit. So what's on the menu today? It is pork o'clock. It is 2 bags of pork shashlik barbecue. One is Brazilian and the other one is sour cream and onion flavor. This one on the left, the Brazilian one, is very good. I've tried it before. This one, well, I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, 1.6 kilograms of meat, so that's gonna last our whole family for 2 days. Okay, so the fire is almost down, so I will be able to put the meat soon. And this is the meat. This is the pork that I showed you on, I don't know what these are called, like you stab them. You don't really stab them, but like you put the meat on these. I surely know the word for them. I just forgot, but you get the idea. I'll put it over like so, and it's gonna cook, and I'm gonna have to rotate so the meat cooks evenly. And this is my little something, to make the hunger to get a little bit bigger, for the meat to taste better once it's done. But you have to be careful, especially if you haven't had any food before for a while. You might get tipsy too much. Also, this is no way an ad for anything, so don't have any ideas about that, Mr. YouTube. But I'm waiting for the fire to die down a little bit more. Then I'm gonna put this on. It's gonna smell so good. It's gonna be like it's one of the, actually the wood itself burning is very nice smell, and I love when my neighbors do this and I'm outside doing something. But it also is risky because it makes you want some, and if you can't just fire it and do it, you're left jealous a little bit. But yeah, next is gonna be it's gonna be the meat on there. So see you very soon. I'm also gonna open up my little treat to go with the meat, or maybe I should wait for the fire to die down and for the meat to be there, because after that it's just gonna be me sitting by the fire, rotating each of these little things one by one, and enjoying the little beer So yeah, see you then. Okay, the fire died down. I had to use a little bit of water, but oh, the heat is very hot. So now it's time to put the meat here and try to cook it evenly. Kids are a little bit excited and they're trying to get too close. But yeah, this is basically it. Now I can crack open the cold one as we sit here, ponder life, talk to the kids because they really want to come and smell and be around. So yeah, cheers guys, cheers, and I'll update you very soon. Here it is. There's some damage happening on the meat. You can see a little bit of a brown, so it's cooking. It will take some time still, but it's cooking. I just need to keep, well, putting out the fire. If it gets too big, too much, I need to use water so it doesn't start cooking to a crisp. You see, like it gets brown really fast. So from my experience, the more you flip them, the better, the more evenly it cooks. And if you keep it for too long, especially if you let these little fires happen, then it kind of cooks a little bit. Oh, but the smell, the smell, it is the best thing. Honestly, it's probably the 8th wonder of this world, I gotta say. So the damage, ooh, looking nice, smelling nice. Need to put some water over the fire whenever. It's not actually burning now, but just a precaution. So one downside of doing this is your clothes will smell very much. The next couple days you'll be able to smell that you've been cooking. So you have to wear worse clothes if you're doing this. If you're doing this with like one of those close Kamado things, yeah, I mean, I don't think there's problem there. But with these kind of things where you have all the smoke coming to you, yeah, you can't really wear the good clothes. So if you're doing barbecuing, make sure you're not wearing your best clothes. You're not wearing your tuxedo, if you will. But yeah, the smell is very nice. The meat is getting more cooked, which means we are gonna be able to eat soon. Well, I think the meat is cooked. It's done. I think it's looking good. Let me grab a taste. Very juicy. Oh my god, it's so good. Just a little bit of water there, but yeah, I think it's cooked. It's very juicy. It's not dry. Oh, the marinade, it's perfect. It's a little bit overcooked in some areas. Like there are slight black parts, but you can easily cut them off. And oh my god, this meat is so good. So I'm gonna go and prepare the table. Basically, I'm not sure if I'm gonna show you that because it's gonna be the whole family there, but you get the idea. Oh my god, the meat is so freaking good. I don't think I need to cook anymore. And here it is. The fire, well, I could easily cook another whole set of meat because the fire is very hot. Like I can barely hold my hand, and it's like, oh, it's still quite high. And the fat from the meat, when it drips, it activates the fire. It makes it keep going. But yeah, the meat is done. It's a little bit, there are a couple of black pieces, but like I said, they easily cut up because it's literally just the surface. It's very cooked. It is very juicy. My saliva is going off after tasting that one piece. Oh, the beer really helps to to make you feel hungry, and it really smells amazing. Oh my god, it's like I said, eighth wonder in the world. Very nice, very tasty. And yeah, I'm gonna go grab a meal. I'm gonna eat maybe 4 of these, maybe 3. They're very big chunks. So and then we're gonna have another go tomorrow. And when you heat them up in the microwave, they retain the taste and smell of the smoke from the fire, which is another added bonus. So I really like it. But anyways, I'm gonna go grab some meat. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the idea, Reckless. Hopefully you guys learned something. Well, probably not. I mean, I'm not a teacher of anything, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you want to see more, if you want to do a couple more of these. I'll have to think of a I don't know, topic to talk about by the fire while it's cooking. But you know, the kids, as you can hear, they're not helping. They're a little bit of a distraction sometimes, so can't do this too much, cannot film too much, cannot talk for too long, have too deep of conversations. But it is what it is. So here it is. This is gonna be my lunch. No, not lunch, dinner. This is gonna be my dinner. It's almost 8 p.m. and the meat is looking nice with some cucumbers, paprika, and tomatoes. No extra tomato sauce needed at all because the marinade of this meat is just fabulous. Tomato sauce will just ruin it. So just meat, some vegetables, and it's the perfect meal. And if you down it with some drink that you like, oof, that's gonna be perfect. I mean, I'm salivating here. I really want to go and just dig in. My family is starting to do so, so I'm gonna go join them. But thank you once again, guys. Another goodbye, but this time for good. Well, not for good. It's gonna be till next stream, next video, or maybe next channel video, or who knows. Let me know, guys, what you thought about this whole thing. And yeah, see you soon. Have a good day, guys.